Dear students, I am Mrs. T.V. Ramana Kaveri, Assistant Professor in Maika College in Sanskrit Department. We are going to the next unit, unit number 3. This is Upadesha Shatakam. It is written by poet Bhumani. Introduction to didactic literature. Didactic literature means that which tells about morals and values of life. Bhartrihari's 3 books, Niti Shataka, Shringara Shataka and Vairagya Shataka are good examples of this genre. Poet and the work. In this unit, a few stanzas from Bhumani's Upadesha Shataka are presented. Bhumani does not give any information about himself, and other works of Bhumani, if any are there, not available now. His only work, Upadesha Shataka, was printed in the Kavyamala series in 1886 AD. The poet has used the Arya meter only in the work. He mentions a moral and substantiates it with a story from the Itihasa, that is Ramayana and Mahabharata, and also the Puranas. Poet Bhumani might have lived in Patna, in those days Pataliputra. This poet lived in the 18th and 19th centuries, that is 1790 to 1846 AD. The work has 3 titles: Upadesha Shataka, Hitopadesha Shataka and Shatopadesha Prabandha. We can guess that the poet was a devotee of Vishnu. Let us go to the lesson. First shloka. This is about Bhrigu and Lord Vishnu. Trishu deveshu mahantam Bhrigur bubhutsuhu parikshya harimekam menedhikam mahimna sevyaha sarvottamo Vishnuhu. Trishu deveshu, among 3 gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, Bhrigu, sage Bhrigu, Harihi, as I told Lord Vishnu. Anvaikrama. Bhrigu trishu deveshu mahantam bubhutsuhu parikshya harim ekam mahimna adhikam mene sarvottamaha Vishnuhu sevyaha. Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva are the trinity of Hinduism. The devotees of each of these 3 claim that their God is the highest and supreme. Bhrigu, a sage, wanted to test and find out who was the greatest among the 3. After examining the qualities of each god, he concluded that Hari or Vishnu was the supreme. Hence, the advice is that all should adore and worship the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Few grammar points. Parikshya. Pari plus iksh plus lyap, lyabantavyaya. Mene, mana, jnane, litlakaraha, prathama purushaha, ekavachanam. Sarvottamaha, sarveshu uttamaha, sarvottamaha, saptami tatpurusha samasaha. Next shloka. Rukmangada's devotion. Rukmangadaha swaputram nihatya khadgena mohini vachasa satyam raraksha vacham na sankate pityaje dharmam. Rukmangadaha. Rukmangada, about whom we are talking in this shloka. Swaputram, his own son. Khadgena, by using the sword. Raraksha, protected. Anvaikrama. Rukmangadaha मोहिनी वचसा खड्गेन स्वपुत्रं निहत्य सत्यां वाचं ररक्ष संकटेपि धर्मं न त्यजेत्. The story of Rukmangada is found in Ekadashi Mahatmya. He was a staunch devotee of Vishnu. He observed the vow of fasting on Ekadashi very strictly. He had told Mohini that he would kill any man that ate on Ekadashi Tithi. His own son Dharmangada broke the rule and ate on the sacred day. Rukmangada promptly cut off his own son's neck to punish him and kept the promise and protected the truth. Few grammar points. Swaputram. Swasya putraha swaputraha tam swaputram. Shashti tatpurusha samasaha. Nihatya. Ni plus han plus liyap. Liyabantavyayam. Mohini vachasa. मोहिन्याः वचः मोहिनी वचः तेन षष्ठी तत्पुरुष समासः. ररक्षा रक्षा पालने लिट् लकारः प्रथम पुरुषः एकवचनम्. Next shloka. This is about Pandavas and Duryodhana. Hrutarajya darpasaram siyodanam nigrahitumapi shaktaha प्रोशुर्वनेषु पार्थाः धीरः समयं प्रतीक्षेत. Suyodhana is Duryodhana. Vaneshu in the forest. Dhiraha who is courageous. Samayam pratiksheta waiting for the right time. अन्वयक्रम. हृतराज्य दर्पसारं सुयोधनं निग्रहीतुं शक्ताः अपि पार्थाः वनेषु प्रोषुः धीरः समयं प्रतीक्षेत. This story is from the Mahabharata, our epic. Suyodhana or Duryodhana was another name for Duryodhana, as I told. The eldest among the 100 Kaurava brothers. He had taken away the kingdom of the Pandavas by cheating in the game of dice. In spite of it, Pandavas were able to defeat him using their caliber. But they did not do that. They lived in many forests for 12 years and stayed incognito, that is Ajnatavasa, for 1 additional year. This shows that a wise person waits for the right time to attack. हृतराज्य दर्पसारम. राज्यं च दर्पश्च सारश्च राज्य दर्पसाराः हृताः राज्य दर्पसाराः एनातं हृतराज्य दर्पसारम. द्वन्द्वगर्भो बहुव्रीहि समासः. प्रोषुः प्र प्लस ऊषुः वसा निवासे लिट् लकारः प्रथम पुरुषः बहुवचनम्. पार्थाः. Partha usually we use for Arjuna, but Parthaha, the Pandavas, were born to Prutha, the maiden name for Kunti. Next shloka. Ravana and Rama. Sahadharminim vanantat dasharatha sunor jahara dashavatraha बंधना मापा समुद्रो न दुर्जनस्यांतिके निवसेत. Sahadharmini, wife. Dashavatraha, who had 10 heads, Ravanasura. Durjanasya antike, near to an evil person. Na nivaset, one must not live. अन्वयक्रम. दशवक्त्रः वनान्तात् दशरथसूनोः सहधर्मिणी जहार. समुद्रः बन्धनम् आप दुर्जनस्य अन्तिके न निवसेत्. This story is from Ramayana. Ravana stole Sita, wife of Rama, while they stayed in the forest. The ocean had nothing to do with that. But Rama went there and bound the sea. That is, he built a bridge across the ocean. It was because the sea was near Lanka, the capital city of Ravanasura. So, the conclusion is that if you live near a wicked person or a villain, you will be bound or arrested or face difficulties. So, a wise person should not live beside an evil person. Few grammar points. Vanantat, vanansya anto, vanantaha, tasmad vanantat. Dasharatha sunoho, dasharathasya sunoho, dasharatha sunoho, tasya dasharatha sunoho. Dashavatraha, dashavatrani yasya saha, saha dashavatraha, bahuvrihi samasaha. Next shloka. This is about Kamsa and Vasudeva. Hantum devakatanaya vasudevenodyata yuthaha kamsaha madhuroktibhiranunitaha samna murkham vashe kuryat. Devakatanayam, Devaka's daughter Devaki. Madhuroktibhihi, by sweet words. Samna, by being polite. Anvaikrama. Devakatanayam hantum vidyatayuthaha kamsaha vasudevena madhuroktibhihi anunitaha samna murkham vashe kuryat. This story is in the Bhagavata. Devaki was Devaka's daughter. She was married to Vasudeva. They were entering the city of Mathura in a procession. Kamsa, a tyrant who was ruling Mathura, he heard from the gods Ashariravani that Devaki's eighth child will kill him. So he wanted to kill Devaki instantly and raised the sword. But Vasudeva spoke very sweetly and told that every child of Devaki would be given to him and he was free to kill those children. Kamsa consented and allowed Devaki to be alive. So, a fool should be convinced with sweet talk. Few grammar points. Hantum. Han plus tumun. Tumun nantavyayam. Devakatanayam. Devakasya tanaya. Devakatanaya tam. Devakatanayam. Shashti tatpurusha samasaha. Kuryat. Do kruin karane. Vidhiling lakaraha. Prathama purushaha. Ekavachanam. Next shloka. This is about sage Durvasa and King Ambarisha. Shattvambarisha Maryam Durvasaha Kopano Niragaskam Chakrena Tapito Bhunna Vidadhyat Krodhamasthane. Durvasaha, sage Durvasa. Kopanaha, with anger. Chakrena, by Sudarshana Chakra of Vishnu. Anmaya. Kopanaha Durvasaha Aryam Niragaskam Ambarisham Shatva Chakrena Tapitaha Bhut Asthane Krodham Na Vidadhyat. Ambarisha, a king of the Surya Vamsha, was a devotee of Lord Vishnu and observed the rule of fasting on Ekadashi very strictly. The next day he had to break the fast very early. Durvasa had been invited for the same. He came late. So Ambarisha drank the holy water at the fixed time without waiting for the guest. Sage Durvasa became very angry and sent an evil power to harm Ambarisha. But Lord Vishnu sent his Sudarshana Chakra to save Ambarisha, which not only protected him and killed the evil power and also attacked Durvasa. Durvasa had to beg Ambarisha and pray to Vishnu to save his own life. So the conclusion is that one should not try to harm an innocent or good person. Few grammar points. Shatva, Tvantavyayam. Abhut, Bhusatayam, Dhatu, Lung Lakaraha, Prathama Purushaha, Ekavachanam. Next sloka, Abhimanyu and Kauravas. Yudhi Kuravaha, Krutavaira, Veeram, Yuham, Vishantam Abhimanyum, Bahavo Nijagnurekam, Naiko Ripumandalam Pravishet. Yudhi in the battle, Kuravaha the Kauravas, Vishantaha entering, Ripumandalam the group of enemies, Anvayakrama, Krutavairaha Bahavaha Kuravaha Yudhi Vyuham Vishantam Veeram Abhimanyum Ekam Nijagnuhu Ekaha Ripumandalam Na Pravishet. In the Mahabharata war, the Kauravas had arranged their army in Chakravyuha. Arjuna, the hero among the Pandavas, was engaged in the battle with Samsaptakas. None except Abhimanyu knew the technique of entering into the Chakravyuha. When he entered into it, the Kaurava warriors, who were in a big number, attacked and killed Abhimanyu mercilessly. So, one should not enter the field or camp of enemies without enough companions. Next shloka, Nala's gambling. Pushkara nirjita rajyaha pura mutuparnasya naishadho gatva saradhirabhun nigudho duravastho na prakashaha syat. Saradhi a charioteer, Naishadaha the king Nala, Duravastaha the bad condition, Anvayakrama, Pushkara nirjita rajyaha Naishadaha Rutuparnasya puram gatva nigudhaha saradhihi abhut Duravastaha prakashaha nasyat. Nala was the king of Nishadha kingdom. His wife was Damayanti. He gambled with Pushkara and lost his kingdom. After many difficult situations and events, Nala reached Rituparna city and lived there without revealing his identity, just as an ordinary driver of the chariots. The moral is that one should not be conspicuous when one is in suffering or bad fate. Next shloka, Sati, who sacrificed her life. Yajnotsave swapitra hatadanakarita sati gatva tanumajahat paribhuta kvapi na gacchedanaahutaha. Swapitra, by her own father, Sati Devi, Tanum ajahat, sacrificed her own body, means died, Anahutaha, without being invited. Anvayakrama, Sati swapitra anakarita hathat yajnotsave gatva paribhuta tanum ajahat anahutaha kvapi na gacchet. Daksha, father of Sati Devi, arranged a great religious sacrifice and invited all gods except his son-in-law Shiva and daughter Sati. Despite Shiva's advice, Sati went to the sacrifice. She was extremely humiliated and threw herself into the fire and died. So, one should not go to any function without proper invitation. Anakarita, na akarita, anakarita, nai tatpurusha samasaha. Anahutaha, na ahutaha, anahutaha, again nai tatpurusha samasaha. Next shloka, Ravana's Lanka. Dashakantha Rakshitayam Lankayam Rakshasam Abhudvasatam Gruhavitta Bandhunasho Vasenna Rashtre Kubhupale. Dashakantaha, 10-headed Ravanasura. Gruha, house. Vitta, money. Bandhu, relatives. Anvayakrama. Dashakantha Rakshitayam Lankayam Vasatam Rakshasam Gruhavitta Bandhunashaha Bhut Kubhupale Rashtre Na Vaset. The people of Lanka had done nothing wrong. In spite of their innocence, they lost their houses, money and dear relatives on account of Ravana's blunder in the battle of Rama and Ravanasura. So one should not reside in a state ruled by an evil king. Next shloka. Hiranyakashipu's power. Yam yam disham gato bhudhiranyakashipur yadrichaya vicharan tam tam suraha prane murdushta janam durataha pranamet. Yam yam disham, whichever direction. Suraha, gods. Durataha, from distance. Pranamet, one must salute. Anvayakrama. Edruchaya vicharan hiranyakashipuhu yam yam disham gataha bhut tam tam disham suraha pranemuhu dushtajanam durataha pranamet. Hiranyakashipu was very powerful. He had conquered all gods. The gods were saluting any direction where Hiranyakashipu moved, even casually. It does not matter if you don't bow to a good man, but you should salute a bad man to be in good books with him, to protect yourself. Few grammar points. Dushtajanam. Dushtajanaha. Dushtaha janaha. Dushtajanaha tam. Dushtajanam. Pranamet. Vidhiling lakaraha. Prathama purushaha ekavachanam. Next shloka. Sagara's sons and Kapila sage. Turagardhe visarantaha prakopya kapilam kshanat samam sarve sagarasutaha kshayamiriyurna kopayet tapasam shantam. Turagardhe, for the horse. Kapilam, sage Kapila. Sagarasutaha, sons of Sagara Chakravarti. Shantam, who is very peaceful. Anvayakrama. Turagardhe abhisarantaha sarve sagarasutaha kapilam prakopya kshanat samam kshayam yiyuhu shantam tapasam na kopayet. Sagara Chakravarti wanted to perform Ashwamedha Yaga. The horse was stolen by Indra actually. Sagara's 1000 sons went in search of the horse and saw it near sage Kapila. Assuming him to be the thief, they enraged him, insulted him. So in return, sage cursed them all and all of them were reduced to ashes in a moment. So one should never make a sage angry. Grammar points. Turagardhe, Turagasya arthe, Turagardhe, Prakopya, Yabantavyayam, Sagarasutaha, Sagarasya Sutaha, Sagarasutaha, Shashti Tatpurusha Samasaha. Next shloka. Kubera and Ravana. Dhanadaha pushpakamekam lankapataye yutsave datva alakam apat samagram bahu rakshed alpadanena. Dhanadaha, Kubera. Pushpaka, Pushpaka Vimana. Lankapataye, to demon Ravanasura. Anvayakrama. Dhanadaha yutsave Lankapataye ekam pushpakam datva samagram alakam apat alpadanena bahurakshet. The demon king Ravana attacked Alakapuri, which was Kubera's capital city. Kubera would have lost everything if he had fought with the very powerful Ravana in the battle. So Kubera chose the path of compromise, and being diplomat, he gave his aeroplane Pushpaka to Ravana as a gift. Thus Kubera saved the whole city of Alakapuri. That was called wisdom. One who loses a small thing to save a big thing is wise. One who loses a big thing for a small one is certainly foolish. So one should give away a small or trivial object to save many more important objects. Few grammar points. Dhanadaha, dhanam dadati iti dhanadaha utpada samasaha. Lankapataye, lankayaha patihi, lankapatihi tasmai Lankapataye, Shashti Tatpurusha Samasaha. Alpadanena, Alpasya Danam, Alpadanam, Tena, Alpadanena, Shashti Tatpurusha Samasaha. Next shloka. Arjuna and Babhruvahana. Putrena Sabyasachi Parajito, Babhruvahane Najo, Tushyan Hridi Na Lalajje, Parajayam, Putrato Anvichet. Putrena, by his own son. Sabyasachi, Arjuna. Parajitaha, defeated. Na lalaje, not ashamed. Anvayakrama. Sabyasachi putrena babhruvahanena ajau parajitaha tushyan hridi na lalaje. Putrataha parajayam anvichet. Arjuna was known as Sabyasachi because he could shoot arrows by his left hand as well as the right. He had a son named Babhruvahana who defeated Arjuna himself in the war. Arjuna was very happy to learn that his son was so stronger than him. This is what one should aspire for. Even defeat at the hands of a son brings joy to the father in any field. Next shloka, Krishna and Kunti. Chira sangataya Kunti Krishnaya kleshita kurukshetre vyasanam swamaha sarvam sukhrude vinivedaye dukkham. Vyasanam, one meaning is bad habit, one more meaning is difficulty. Here for Kunti she had difficulties. Swam aha, whom she felt her own friend or close, she told to Krishna. Sarvam, everything. Sukhrude, to a good friend. Anvayakrama. Kurukshetre kleshita kunti chira sangataya krishnaya sarvam swam yasanam aha. This shloka is about Krishna and Kunti. Chira sangataya kunti krishnaya kleshita kurukshetre vyasanam swamaha sarvam suhrude vinivedaye dukkham. Vyasanam, one meaning is bad habit, one meaning is difficulty. Aha means told. Kunti, mother of all Pandavas. Suhrude, to a good friend. Anvayakrama. Kurukshetre kleshita kunti chirasangataya krishnaya sarvam swam vyasanam aha. Suhrude dukkham vinivedayet. Lord Krishna was the savior of Kunti's sons, so she narrated all her problems to Krishna. By such talk, the sorrow diminishes. Kalidasa also says in the Abhignana Shakuntala, Snigdhajana samvibhaktam hi dukkham sahya vedanam bhavati. Few grammar points. Aha, broom vyaktayam vachi, lat lakaraha prathama purushaha ekavachanam. Aha, ahatuhu, ahuhu, atha, ahatuhu, brutha, bravimi, bruvaha, brumaha. It is the form. Next shloka. Narada's teaching to Prahlada. Asuro hitam upadishtaha prahlado naradena garbhastaha tattva vidusham varobhuddhitopadesham sada shrunuyat. Asuraha, demon. Upadishtaha, advised. Naradena, by sage Narada. Garbhastaha, when he was in the mother's womb. Sada, always. Anvayakrama. Garbhastaha asuraha prahladaha naradena hitam upadishtaha tattva vidusham varaha abhut. Sada hitopadesham shrunuyat. Prahlada was the eldest son of Hiranyakashipu and Kayadu. Even while Prahlada was in his mother's womb, Narada taught Kayadu the mantra of Hari, the greatest god. The child in the womb learned it and became a staunch devotee of Lord Hari. Later in his life, Prahlada became the best among those that realized the truth of the world. The moral is that one should listen to the advice from childhood only. Grammar. Garbhastaha, garbhe tishtati iti garbhastaha, upapada samasaha. The expected questions from this lesson. Here ends your lesson and the questions. Which god is called Sarvottama? How did Rukmangada keep his promise? What moral is learned from the story of Pandavas and Duryodhana? Why should one not reside near an evil person? How did Vasudeva save Devaki's life? Why did the Chakra torment Durvasa sage? How was Abhimanyu killed? Why did Nala become a charioteer? Why did Sati give up her body? What happened to the citizens of Lanka? Why should one salute an evil person? How did sons of Sagara perish? How did Kubera save Alaka? Who was Babruvahana? What did Kunti tell Krishna? What should we learn from the story of Prahlada? Essay type questions. Gumani kavehe vishaye prabandham rachayata. संस्कृत साहित्ये शतकानि इति विषये प्रबन्धो लिख्यताम्. क्वापि न गच्छेद् अनाहूतः इत्येतां नीतिं समर्थयध्वम्. दुरवस्थो न प्रकाशः स्यात्. कुतः? So here ends this unit. Thank you so much, dear students. Hope you understood the lesson. Let us meet again in the next lesson.